So, Rev Share 2.0 EXP Realty. Is it the best thing since sliced bread?
Sliced bread.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, hey, I'm not here to be bashing on it. Look, they started it. What they're doing with 2.0 is absolutely awesome. And then they had the recent releases at their EXP Con. There's some wonderful things going on for EXP and their revenue share. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of look at one of the videos that they had put out recently. I'm not here to talk about the whole thing. I'm not going to break down EXP Rev Share 2.0. I'm not going to break down Epique Realty Rev Share. I do have a video talking all about that right up there. What I wanted to do is kind of make some points on that video just for transparency reasons, right? I want to make sure that we all kind of understand what our options are, and certainly kudos to EXP for making those changes. That's an absolutely wonderful thing. That is great for those agents that are there and the agents that are going there. So that's an absolutely wonderful thing. So no, that's perfect. Yeah, without further ado, let's kind of go into what I'm talking about here. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with a lot of the old videos, talking about EXP and the revenue share, different levels and how they make, up to certain amounts. What they didn't really say is what those buffers are and what you actually were making off of those. It wasn't the actual amount that you were making. So now they made a big change. Some of these new leaders that came out and really kind of spelled out and really kind of explained how the old model worked, how the new RevShare model works. So I give my hat off to those fine folks over there at EXP and making some of those adjustments and really clarifying what that looks like, because it sure was confusing before, and it still a little bit is. And sometimes it's hard to describe how it works, but that video, certainly I'll link that down below, the video that we're looking at here, but certainly take a look, and certainly watch my video on the rev share and see what you think. What's the difference, right? What would look better for your business if revenue share is something that you're interested in. So first thing I wanted to talk about was kind of their SRS buffer, right? So this kind of goes in a little bit more detail. By the way, our competitors still have buffer systems in place. Some of them do. Epique there's no buffer system. It's very straightforward with what we have.
So another important thing that I want you to know is that our competitors, people that are out there, trying to replicate these revenue share model types, they are also using buffer systems as well. So when they're advertising that their payout is whatever, there's still a buffer system that they're not talking to you about either. So just know that. Why is this new payout?
So, he talks about, the buffer systems, right? Like I said, there are companies that are doing the buffer system. But Epique Realty, there is no buffer system. It is what it is, right? I mean, it's basically there's 5 levels. You get 10% of that company commission. So let's say your commission cap is $15,000, right? So basically you can get up to $1,500 on each level from the company for that revenue share. And that's simply all it is. So now he's talking about removing the rev share requirements and that they're the only ones that are doing it. Hello, we're out there doing it as well. So I just play this real quick.
Transparent, easy to understand, and achievable revenue sharing model. But really, that's not even the best part of Revenue Share 2.0. In my opinion, the best part is that they removed the FLQA requirements for levels 1 through 3. What does that mean? Well, in the past, you had to not only recruit agents, but those agents would have to sell a minimum of $5,000 in gross commission income every 6 months in order to maintain qualified status. So you needed to have different levels open with qualified agents. By removing the FLQA requirements on levels 1 through 3, I think this takes us leapfrogs out in front of all our competitors. Nobody else is offering anything this really crazy, and reducing the requirements drastically on levels 4 through 7. Why?
Now, like I said, nobody else is doing this. We're doing it, right? We've been doing it. I don't know if these changes were brought on because of they saw a lot of agents coming to Epique. I'm not really sure. Either way, I'm proud of them for doing that. And like I said, they're also opening up all 5 levels for people that are capping agents for the next 13 months. That's an amazing feat. And then if you're an icon agent, they're opening up all 7 levels. So that is an absolute game changer for a lot of agents that care about revenue share, right? But let's be honest. We're independent contractors who got in the business. We didn't get in the business for flexibility and freedom, right? Maybe we got in there for money. That's why we're in full-time commission positions, right? Because we earn what we can do, what we can put that effort in for. So
this change so important? Again, it's simple and transparent. It provides immediate benefits to the agents. It's easier to explain. Agents are going to come into this opportunity. They're going to recruit some agents who recruit some agents who recruit some agents. And most of that money previously would have been unrealized because they wouldn't have had enough time to get qualified. Now The agents come in, they recruit, they have a sale, you're immediately open on those first 3 levels and getting paid. It's going to really help our agents get traction.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, having an agent, a lot of times with EXP, if you brought in an agent before, and maybe that one agent brought in 1,000 people, right? Where if you didn't have those levels unlocked, you wouldn't get paid on any of those. So now you do have that option to get paid on those first 3 levels. But again, they're not the only one doing it. I just wanted to bring transparency to everything, right? So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the personally sponsored agent bonus, and this is, obviously already started, and that's another sweet little bonus that they have, and I'll let your guy Al take it over. But basically, it's a personally sponsored agent. You'll earn up to $4,000, 50% of the rev share pool in the first 12 months. After year 1, you'll receive the revenue share 2.0 plan, which is $1,400 for that capping agent. So that's super awesome, and plus all the unrealized revenue share will be bonus back to levels 1 through 3. Of course, I mean, you could watch the video and learn more about what all that means for sure.
In July of this year 24, and this just says that when you personally sponsor an agent in their first 12 months with EXP, that 50% rev share pool is going to be allocated to you in that first year, meaning you can make up to $4,000 in their first 12 months. This is amazing, guys. After year 1, you'll receive revenue share 2.0 plan, which is $1,400 or 17.5% of the total revenue share pool in their first year. Still amazing, still awesome. But I think this personally sponsored agent bonus really rewards those for the activities that, is going to help them get traction quickly. Plus, all unrealized revenue share will be bonus back to levels 1 through 3 monthly. So really exciting. And then we also have a pay it now fee.
And one thing I wanted to mention on the new agent bonus, if we go back a second here. So when you personally sponsor an agent, you'll earn up to $4,000 in the first 12 months. One of the neat things, obviously, there's a lot of EXP agents that are going over to Real Broker, right? And Real Broker has on their level 1, they kind of have a different tier system, whereas basically it's 4, 3, 2, 1, something like that. So basically on their first level they have 4,000. So I think that's kind of a competition, to try to compete with Real Broker a little bit, right? To have that 4,000 on that first level for a personally sponsored agent. I think that's a cool thing as well. Then the last thing I wanted to bring up was the pay it now feature, right? I mean, that's a super cool feature as well, where now you don't have to wait until whenever they pay their revenue share. Basically now you can get your money, you can access your money. If you have money available in your revenue share pool, you can request to pay it now. So we'll see what they have to say on that. That's super cool.
So really exciting. And then we also have a pay it now feature. As your revenue share is building in your dashboard, in the past with our old model, you'd have to wait, and once a month they would pay you out, which was awesome. But now as that money's growing, you can actually harvest it anytime you want by clicking the button. We had some guys in our organization do it. They clicked the button, they had the money in their account within 12 hours. So really exciting. So let's review. Rev share.
That's super cool stuff. I just wanted to really kind of bring that forward. Of course, you can watch that whole video and certainly watch our Epique revenue share video. That's certainly helpful in understanding, how those things, I mean, if you're really looking at revenue share, that could be a big factor. And hey, by the way, again, this is Travis Junty with the agent Collab. I am an agent here at Epique Realty. Love to work with you on that journey here at Epique Realty. Let's have a conversation and see if that might be a fit for you. All my contact information is down below. Let's have a conversation and see if that might be a fit for you. And again, like I said, I do have my video up there above. If you're interested in revenue share, if that's something that's big for you, if that's your deciding factor, just make sure that you do your due diligence. I mean, like I said, there's not just EXP, there's not just Epique, Real's got one, LPT, Simply Home, Realty of America. A lot of different companies have a revenue share platform. And if that's something that is a game changer for you, make sure that you understand fully what that looks like, because that's going to be a big difference as well. So I appreciate you hanging out with me again. Travis Junty with the Agent Collab. We'll see you next time on our channel.